You got Nasty Gal swimwear. I'm gonna check if she's on, actually. She is. Okay, perfect. I'm so excited.
Hi.
Oh, hello. How are you?
I'm good. I love your outfit. It's so cute.
I love everything. You're so fresh. Where are you?
I'm in California. I'm in LA right now at home. Yeah, I grew up in New York, but have now lived in LA for the past few years now, just for work and everything. But
Which one
it's
is
raining
like
right now.
live? East Coast or West Coast? Because I've always like teetered in the middle of myself.
Yeah, because are you in Atlanta?
I'm in Atlanta. Have you been?
Oh. I've worked there. I've been filming this show called Cobra Kai in Atlanta, and I love it there.
Really?
It's such a fun city. Yeah, I love it.
Oh, you have to tell me when you're here. I mean, I love the fact that it's like a city within a forest, so you get a little bit of both. It's a little bit, yeah, it gives you not New York vibes, not even a little bit. But it's definitely nice to be able to get a little bit of both there. Well, thank you so much for joining me.
I'm so happy to be here. I have my wine. I saw you have your margarita.
Yes. So cheers. You're on
Cheers.
Glow, and we're just gonna hang out. And I wanted to see, what have you been up to for the past couple of days, couple of weeks, or just today? Like, how are you feeling right now with just taking a break from everything?
It's been interesting. I feel like I'm just trying to make the most of the craziness that is happening. But yesterday I was feeling insanely stir crazy. And then I just celebrated my birthday a couple days ago inside. But I have a twin brother. So it was really nice to have him around during it. We got to share and just like celebrate just him and I and my boyfriend. So it was fun. But is your
mattered the most, right? You're just like, this is what I need.
It's funny, you really do realize who is most important to you and how little you really do need during all of this. It's kind of wild.
Yeah. I would like to do the same thing. And I really, when I first heard about you, I was just like, she gives me this really great vibe and you're very like carefree. And then it's like, oh, her birthday's April 6th. I'm April 3rd. And I think it's like that Aries flame.
That is so funny. It's funny because I watched you on the show too, and I just like I loved you. I thought this girl is so cool, and it's so funny because all of my friends who I told that I was doing this to, they were like, "No way, I love her. She's my favorite." And so I was, and it's funny. Yeah, I definitely agree that I get along with people who have an Aries birthday, or sort of even my best friend for years and years. Her birthday is the same exact day, and then of course my twin brother, and then my best friend. Her best friend is April 6th.
Around you.
It is. It is. Yeah.
Well, that's good because you're very passionate. Like as an actress, you have to like evoke that passion because I think, and something that I did reality, I didn't act, but like when you're in front of the camera, you just realize that you're very vulnerable, and it takes a lot of like passion and like balls really to be able to like evoke that emotion and like be able to put yourself out there. So
it's funny because it's true. I was acting since I was a kid, and I didn't even realize how vulnerable or ballsy it was until I got older. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I'm actually kind of scared to be more open now than I was as a kid. It didn't even really matter then. Like I would just bawl my eyes out and sit there and audition and then be okay with it.
Don't care.
Exactly. But then as you get older, you build up those walls and it gets scarier and scarier. But have you ever thought about acting?
So my mom was an actress in Venezuela.
Really?
Yeah. So she would put me in like her little like scenes when I was little, but I never like acted. But I just fell in love with the fact that you can be someone else.
That's what I love.
Like putting your own heart and soul out there. I like that it's appealing that you can just step into someone else's life and like live through that experience because you get to learn so much through that. I bet
you do. And it's so funny because what you did and the experience you had is so much scarier to me. Like you were just saying, having to be yourself, like doing this live right now is so much scarier to me than playing a character and being myself because I feel like, oh, I'm open to people judging me now and not someone else's actions.
Right.
So that's what scares. That's funny. Yeah. I completely agree.
That's really fun to know, like just like that difference in there. So you've been acting since you were a kid, and what's like the best thing you've learned, or how have you seen like your like not skill, but like art just evolve as like you got older, because it really is an art.
Yeah, and it's interesting. It's when you're a kid, it's like, oh, this is just a fun thing to do to get me out of school sometimes for a couple hours of the day, even though I had to do school on set. But then now it's become a thing. Even during this time, I'm like, wow, TV and entertainment is the thing I've been turning to escape everything. And it's just such a beautiful thing that, and we all can relate. I mean, my best friends and I, they're just, what shows are you watching? And that's what's connecting us right now. And that's what's keeping us.
What shows are you watching?
Escaping. Oh, okay. Well, actually, I'm not really, I am watching a couple scripted shows. Like, I mean, I love The Office. I've just been watching that on replay. But then also Tiger King. I just watched that. Did you watch Tiger King?
I just watched it. Yes. I watched it last week. And I loved how I don't think that when they started the project that it was going to end up that way, with like discovering all these like who the real villain is and everything. So I guess like while watching it, I was just like, no one had any idea that it was going to get this big, or like that there was like this tiny little society. It was wild.
I know. I mean, the more you kept watching, the crazier it got, which I just thought was impossible with how it started. I mean, him running for, what was it, mayor or president?
Yeah. It's like, these are real people, but then this is what actors, you know, do to like share these different stories or like these different niches of life.
I thought that's the kind of thing that you could write a movie about and no one would believe that was even remotely real. But the fact that it was is just,
it's like, wow,
insane.
This is where it comes from.
Yeah.
I just finished, I'm like on the season finale of Ozark. Have you watched it?
Yes. Ozark is so good. So good. I'm not even there where you are.
That's watching it, but have you seen season 3?
I haven't seen season 3 yet.
Okay. We can't.
But it's good.
Yeah, it's really good. It shows you like so much about power. It gives me Breaking Bad vibes. Have you watched Breaking Bad?
I'm watching Breaking Bad right now too. Yeah.
Okay, so Breaking Bad is like the OG of the white suburban dad badass.
Yeah. Yeah, who's living this double life. Exactly.
That's the one that you want to watch.
I like
what else have you been doing? I mean, as far as like what you like to do and your, I don't know, like in the middle of the day or when you wake up, like do you have a routine, or you just like, I don't live by the rules. This is where I
Yeah, I don't live by the rule. No. I feel like I have been starting to just kind of fall into a routine. Like my best friend, she wakes me up around 9:30. She wants me to do these live workouts with her every morning. So I've been doing that. And it's actually, if you can FaceTime a friend and work out and do that, it's so nice, because I feel like I wouldn't even get out of bed if it weren't for her in the morning. So it is nice. And I've been doing that, and then trying to make breakfast, or I don't know how to cook. So I've been learning how to cook.
I'm going to ask you.
One of the options you gave me was like cooking or painting or drinking wine. And I was like, the only thing I know how to do is drink wine out of those 3 things. So I was like, that's all I can do. But so I've been using this time to try to learn. Do you cook at all?
I love to cook.
Yeah.
My favorite thing to cook, is because it's so easy, is breakfast. So if you want to start to learn how to cook, and just make anything with an egg. Or
that's what I've been trying to do.
Yeah, or like you can roast vegetables, like just chop them up and like stick them in the oven literally with like olive oil, salt, and pepper, and that's it, and like make an egg and put it on top. Done.
That sounds so good.
Yeah, so that's like one of my favorite things to do. And if you like spicy, then like drizzle sriracha. I'll send you the recipe if you're interested. It's really easy. It's a good way to start. Good after your workout, because you got the protein. So
I know. Then I eat donuts and sweets, but the other day I've been Zooming everyone every night, and just house party or like joining friends.
Parties. I had that once on my birthday. I haven't had a Zoom party other than that. Oh, with my family, but everyone speaks Spanish. So that's fine. You're full American?
Yeah, I'm so boring. I mean,
because you give me like Polish, like very like delicate, like Russian doll vibes.
Really? That's so. Yeah. I hear Russian all the time, and but I've been I just have a mixture of a bunch of European things: Irish, I think a little Polish, German. So yeah. But what about you?
Well, I'm like a mix of. I did the 23andMe, so I'm trying to remember the things. I have a lot of English in me, Croatian, Native American, Italian, and
Wow.
like indigenous, not Native American, but like indigenous. And I'm born in Venezuela, but turns out I'm like way more European than being from South America. So, and I grew up eating like all these random different foods. Like I grew up eating like Italian food, like bolognese, and like crepes, which were another thing in Croatia. And I grew up thinking that they were all Venezuelan.
That's hilarious.
And then I was like 19, and it's like, oh wait, so that's Italian food. This is Venezuelan, and it was like, oh, never mind, they're not all.
Like it's all the same. It's all the same. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was just gonna say, because I was looking through everything, and I don't know, like you have a very just like old soul vibe about you, which is just
really?
like, yeah, it's very just like, Scarlett Johansson, how she does like the very just like old. She looks like she knows more.
I love Scarlett Johansson.
You're always holding a secret. I think that's a very like powerful thing to have, and that's just like I have to tell her.
Thank you. I love that. From you, I get a very genuine, honest, like you say what's on your mind type thing. Am I? Which I admire.
Thank you. I mean, I think just with certain things, like we're able to express ourselves as women. It's just so hard, and like I feel like I've lived many lives in one, right? Where I was in an experience where I was like, I know what I want. Like there's nothing that's gonna change my mind. But then still just being like open to like experiencing new things or learning new things. And it's so hard when, like you go through like these really raw, vulnerable moments, just in general. And then to have like those moments captured, like it's very interesting just to see how people connect with you when you show them like your underbelly.
Yeah.
And I think that's just like that vulnerability, like the way that you tell stories and the way that, we like to, people just feel things, and like people will never forget the way you make them feel.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of power and vulnerability is what I found. So.
No, there really is.
Yeah.
I really admire that. Now, how is it with people relating to you, and
it's so sweet.
Just how do you like it?
Like it. Yes, I love it because everyone knows like a piece of me, like a real piece of me. So it's really nice because that was like the one thing that I didn't expect anyone to point out. Just when they were like, oh, like I love like your soul, or you seem like this really genuine person. And it was so interesting because I was just wanting to crawl up in like a little hole half the time.
Yeah.
So it's good that was the vulnerability, the thing that scared me the most was like the thing that people love the most.
That's nice. Do you think that in editing that they captured who you are, and do you feel represented in the right way?
So definitely sometimes, right? I'm like, okay, my emotions are completely valid, right? Like I feel these things. Yeah. But as far as like that is all of me, it's like that's not all of me.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
That's a piece of me, and pieces of me. But yeah, so it's
well, thank goodness you have. That's why it is nice to have social media and platforms where you can show who you really are and show more. But there's more to it. Yeah, there's more to the story.
How do you like to use social? Do you use it more as like a creative outlet, or do you like to take photos, or like what's your favorite thing? If you weren't an actress, like would you be more into photos or any other art?
I do love photography. I love taking photos of other people, even my brothers or my family or my friends. I love photography, but I would be interested in doing something more along those lines. Even creative directing, I always have ideas for shoots, or I think I would like, I always am, when I do magazine interviews, I always am like, so I'm in heaven when I'm in their offices. I think it's so fun.
Back scenes?
Yeah, I love the behind the scenes of it.
Oh, what's like your ideal photo shoot? Because I love photo shoots in general. Like I used to like literally run around taking pictures of my friends and just set up photo shoots around my house. Like what's your ideal photo shoot? Like a studio or like outside? Like,
I think outside, or even I love vintage shopping and anything older. So even like an older home and vintage props and anything along those lines.
So when you come to Atlanta, I'm gonna take you down to this place.
Yeah. Let me take photos of you.
And I just took pictures there, not just because I've been at home. But like before,
everything feels like dust. I know,
right.
because time is, yeah.
I was just thinking today, because I was just like, hi everyone, happy whatever day in quarantine, and I don't even know how many days we've been in quarantine.
Oh, I know.
So it's April, what, 8th? I think like a month, like 25 days, right?
It's been a while.
It's been a while, yeah. But
It has.
anyway, before all of that, pictures next to an abandoned, not abandoned, but like vintage house with everything, and you would love it. I'll nudge you in the right direction.
Yeah, I would love that. I know Atlanta has so many cool old home tours and so much history.
I love everything that's haunted, so this is a good place for me.
I know, me too. And even American Horror Story, that the season they did Hotel, I heard it was based off of this hotel that I'm obsessed with in LA called Hotel Cecil, and has a weird true, you should look it up after this live.
Okay, I will.
It's weird. It's really creepy.
So do you watch, or have you ever done like ghost tours or anything like that?
I did when I was in Savannah.
Ah, you did?
Yeah, which was so fun. I did it with my family. Have you ever done those?
Yeah, I did it for Damien's birthday.
Oh.
We did it about a year ago, and it was like at midnight, and they had like this bar tour as well, so we just kind of hopped. And it was weird because I don't know if you did the same one, but you walk into these cells and that are built into the what's it called, the bridges or the walls, and they're like, do you feel the cold, do you feel how moist it is, and it's like, this is where they kept everyone, and this is where
did they just have like, the AC blowing?
Yeah, right. Like, wait, what do you mean? Yeah, I do feel it, but yeah, so, but I love all this stuff. So I mean, but I think like now I'm trying to get away from watching horror movies, because if I'm in my house, I'll think like my closet is trying to eat me.
I'm the same exact way. I'm the same way. I know, I can't watch any of it right now.
No. So, I mean, I just wanted to bring some like positivity, and maybe even, I feel like a lot of people are feeling like they have to be inspired right now. They have to do, crafts or open up a small business or whatever. Like, I don't know how, I think I'm doing a little bit of both. I don't know about you. Like, are you finding yourself to be productive and like soul searching, or just like literally just waking up at noon and eating and taking a nap? Because I've done both.
See, I've done both too. Some days I'll have this crazy amount of inspiration and I'll start writing. And then another day I'll wake up and I'll do absolutely nothing all day. I'll just watch TV and take it easy. But I feel like I've been talking to some of my best friends. It's like, oh, am I the only one who's losing inspiration? And there's just, it's hard to find that motivation. But luckily I feel like everyone is kind of in the same boat. And I think there's no right answer, and whatever you feel. I mean, it just, if you're staying inside, you're doing the right thing. And that's honestly enough right there. So if you do any more than that, respect. That's kind of my outlook on it. Because otherwise I feel like I would just go kind of crazy and just feel guilty and beat myself up all day. How are you feeling about it? Do you feel productive?
Okay, so my closet fell.
Fell? What kind of closet is it?
It's just like this cute little walk-in closet, and I open it and I'm just like, oh, so it's gonna be that kind of day. And,
no.
Yeah, but I took advantage of it and just kind of did this whole spring cleaning bit. But I think it's because like the universe pushed me to do it, or else I wouldn't have touched my closet.
It completely just made your closet fall into itself. Yeah, okay.
Exactly. Just like, yeah, you're doing this right now. So it was good because I was able to just kind of start fresh and feel productive. But I mean, there are days that I've been struggling to wake up at a decent hour earlier than like 10 sometimes. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, okay, this is good for the body. Like, who's to say that, or that I should be waking up earlier? Or I've experienced burnout. I don't know if you ever have, but burnout is just like, you want to sleep for days and then you catch up, and then you kind of like catch up on your sleep. I feel like now's the time for people to just find that balance of like catching up on their sleep and then like being productive, and then not feeling guilty for not being productive is such a hard thing for me, because I feel so guilty when I sleep until, maybe like 10:30, and don't make lunch till like 2, and I like watch and sit the birds. And it's like, well, let me just, is that a bad thing for me to do, or should I be feeling productive right now? Who's to say that this isn't inspiring me? Like, that these little things that I'm taking time for myself isn't gonna eventually lead to like that. Oh, okay. Now I feel inspired. But it is hard to find that inspiration on demand when you're so used to seeing the same. Right?
No, and you find inspiration from going outside and doing things, and from others, and from friends and people around you, and then suddenly not being surrounded by that at all. It's and you realize I've felt really just fortunate for the friends that I do have. Once I get out of here, I just feel so much more grateful for the life I had before this.
So what is the first thing you were gonna do when you get out of quarantine?
Oh my God, I haven't even thought about this. I feel like right when I got out of quarantine, I feel like just drive and see my friends, maybe even at the beach, and just hug them, and that it'll be so nice to not have to be aware of being 6 feet apart. Like, what are you gonna do? Yeah, I'll be like, get over here, I miss you.
Oh my God,
let me squeeze you.
That right? Like, I'm just gonna hug you so much, I want to kill you.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm never letting you go.
I know. The exact way. I want to do that. I'm missing my family so much. I'm missing my friends. I wanna travel. I think that's one of the biggest things that I want to do. I want to go to the beach and travel and like not feel bad about it.
Yeah.
But I did want to take some time to see if there's anyone on here that's watching that's been hanging out with Peyton and I, to see if you guys wanted to ask any questions.
I love that. I know I saw that my best friend is on, and my aunt is on.
I love that.
So
hi
cute.
guys, nice to meet you. Peyton is awesome. I love her.
Oh. I know, I love you already. This is a great way to meet too.
It is, and it's fun because I do this with my friends and my family, but it's fun doing it with like people that you normally wouldn't at all.
Yeah.
So it's a
the circumstances kind of like might as well.
Right? And like you can do whatever you want on here. There's like no rules. Do you guys have any questions? Because we'd love to answer some, just as far as like
some. Oh, my mom said I'm on. It's so cute.
Yeah. How did you get on Disney, Peyton?
Oh my gosh. Crazy experience, actually. I was Yeah, it was a great question. Yeah. I was living in LA, just living in LA for the month. I asked my mom to bring me out here for a month of pilot season, and I was a kid, around years old. Yeah, I was 12 years old. And my mom just had enough faith in me. She goes, all right, let's do it. So we came out, and it was the last day of the month, and I tried out for the show. And they said, we love you. Would you be able to stay another day? And so I did, and my mom went back home and left me with a friend because I really wanted to go in.
Hold on a second.
Just a lot of chance.
You
did I break that?
Since we're 12 years old, and I don't know if it was me or if it was the internet, but I just wanted to to help.
Now,
is it me? Huh? I don't know if it's me or not.
Oh, am I here now?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I hear you. Okay, so you're 12 years old.
It just started pouring here, so that might have been it. I have no idea.
Oh, nice. April showers. Bring the flowers.
Yeah, April showers. Exactly. Keeps me inside.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I auditioned when I was 12 years old, and when I was just in LA for a month, and it was the last day that I was here in LA, and they ended up asking me to stay, and my mom was like, I have to get home to your brothers. I have to go. So I begged her to stay with one of our good family friends here. And she let me. I'm still just so surprised how the whole thing happened. And I went in, and then I went back to New York. Yeah. My mom honestly is amazing for that. Like, she just took a chance on this little kid who knew what she wanted to do. And it was just a crazy thing. And then I went to New York, and then they wanted me to fly back for a screen test. And when I was flying back from New York to LA, I actually got stuck on the plane, just like waiting there,
Oh,
waiting to take off. And I was just running my lines for hours and hours while I was stuck, just running them, trying to just, and my mom said that they actually called her and said that they weren't going to see me anymore and that I just shouldn't come. And my mom just had one of those mama bear moments where she was like, you have to just fake an audition. I don't care what you do. Just, this kid will be heartbroken. So they actually then ended up bringing everyone else back in, and I got to audition, and then I got the part. It was just all a crazy miracle, but
yeah.
it was a crazy experience.
That sounds like fate and just like, but just like destiny and like fighting for what you wanted, and it was just like meant for you. And like someone, it was just like, it was for the taking. And I love that your mom like loved and supported you so much to be like, no, this is where she'll like have a, well, she'll thrive, and this is where she's meant to be. And that's like, it was history from there.
Yeah, it's still, no, you're right. It's kind of one of those things where you go, okay, that is what I was meant to do. And even the fact, I never thought it was a comedy too, like the Disney show that I did, it was a sitcom, and I never thought I could do comedy or that I was funny at all. And I was like, how the heck am I going to do this? It was the weirdest experience of my life. It's so fun. I love all those guys.
Well, isn't comedy like also the hardest?
I mean, now for me, I'm kind of like, okay, I did it for so long that I don't really know what's harder. But no, making people laugh, I feel like they say that making people cry is easier than making people laugh. And I mean, when I watch stand-up comedians, it is a cutthroat, difficult world. I mean, it seems comedy is hard, like to get people, especially with, I mean, memes and social media and videos. I mean, I feel like it's way harder to make people laugh now.
Well, I mean, okay, have you watched The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel?
Yes, such a good show.
It is the best. And the fact that it was
Easy.
Yeah, it feels real.
She is so incredibly talented. The amount of memorization she has to do too. I mean, that's what I think about when I watch the show. I'm just
right. What's your dream role? So I can just kind of close it out. And where's your dream role, and who do you want to be, or what do you want to work with, and or maybe not even a role. What is your dream everything?
Oh my gosh. I mean, even the show that I get to do, Cobra Kai, where I get to do stunts and work with such cool, you know, with a really cool stunt team and do karate and fight and win and just be a badass on the show. I have so much fun with that role. I want to do more things like that. Playing a mean character is kind of fun because I feel like in real life, I don't get the chance to do the things she does ever. She just goes in somewhere and just she calls a girl out and just decides to fight right there. And I would never, ever do anything like that. Right. So I think it's a nice escape.
Yeah. It's like you're definitely like your alter ego. Like you're able to like live through that. Like get that aggression out through that and like not suffer the consequences.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Actually, Mary is on here, who is on Cobra Kai. That's amazing.
Oh,
hi, Mary.
How are you?
That's amazing.
We love Cobra Kai. Everyone go watch it.
Aw.
She is.
What do you have to plug right now?
Yeah, seriously. Well, and cheers. This has been amazing. You were lovely. So awesome.
Oh, so are you.
No, thank you for glowing with the flow.
I love this.
And yeah, stay positive. Stay just like as bright as ever. And I can't wait to see you. Just keep doing amazing things. And hopefully we can meet in person one day. So
I would love that. I know. I want to take pictures of you in Atlanta.
Yes, we're doing it. Okay.
Yes.
You're the best. Bye.
You too. Bye.
This was amazing. Bye.